Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Zebu Nation Plays the FM Scout Academy Challenge with FC Dallas. And here we are, Season 7 in the MLS Playoffs. It is second leg of the Western Conference semifinals. This is my new strategy of playing the first game of the two-game series off camera, and then just showing the highlights. So we'll take a look at those highlights right now. By the way, we finished first place in the Western Conference, first place in the Supporters Shield. So we got that going for us. And here we are. We beat Houston in the first leg 3-1. It was a very, very good game for us. Very entertaining. Let's check out the match highlights. We'll go to the key highlights and kind of get a handle on everything. There's a guy you might remember, Bae Jung-hyung. He's a very good striker, but he's playing on the wing for Houston today. I'm not sure if that's something he's done all season long or not, but we got to keep an eye on that dude. He's very dangerous. Here's our first goal of the game, Alcantara to Washington. Very good defensive play there on the wing. I think that was Acosta out there on the wing getting the steal and then getting it to Alcantara. Now here they are evening it up, and there's that man, Bae Jung-hyung, coming in from his right wing spot and getting the equalizer there. So, this was first 15 minutes of the game, already 2 goals. So it looked to be a pretty exciting match. Here we are on the attack again. There's McCrecky to Zamora. Alcantara fouled in the box. Now again, Ulloa, our set-piece taker, is not in the game. He's been relegated to the bench these days. So it falls on Alcantara to take most of our penalty kicks. And honestly, he's not that good at penalty kicks. He's just a good striker. So hopefully he can... he doesn't get that penalty kick, and he's missed a few already this season. He's made a few this season, but that is definitely a drawback of this team as it's currently constructed. We don't have many penalty takers. So if we get into a situation where it comes down to penalty kicks, I think we're going to be at a disadvantage. So we got to make sure that when we play these games, we finish people off in the regular time. So here we are. Throw in. There's Sanchez, our new goalkeeper. He's playing well. He had a slight wrist injury during this game. Got it early in the match, but he played pretty well with it, and it was only a minor injury, so he's not going to be out or anything like that. But here we are in the second half. Zamora to Washington, back to Zamora, back to Washington, back to Zamora. Outstanding give and go right there on the counterattack, and Zamora finishes it off with the goal. So that puts us up 2-1. And that just shows you how deadly our counterattack can be in certain situations, especially when the other team is pressing forward. And I've been going... Ooh, there's another save from Sanchez. I've been going Route 1 quite a bit this season just because our strikers are so dominant at the MLS level. I mean, we've got international quality strikers. So the fact that we have 2 of them 3 of them really on an MLS team, we can just sort of bomb it forward to them and let them take on the whole defense. There's Washington heading it on. This is kind of a long, drawn-out highlight. I don't remember if it results in a goal, but it's definitely something that it results in a chance for one of us. There's Bailey heading it on. Bailey had to play quite a bit because, of course, Escobedo was suspended in the previous match. His suspension tour continues, and there's a chance for Houston, but Zimmerman is there on the back line to clean it up. So throw in for Houston, trying to get it to their man, Bae Jung-hyung. He scored over 20 goals this season, so I don't know if he did that from a wing position or not. But we're definitely lying in wait on the counterattack here. As you can see, most of our defense is compacted in at this point in the game. 74 minutes down, we're up 2-1. Houston is trying to put on the pressure, but our defense is holding pretty solid. There's Johnson on the back line cleaning that up. Gets it forward to Alcantara, to Washington. He's going to try to take on the whole defense by himself. No, he's going to lay it back for Thompson. We're going to build up a little bit of play here. Zamora to Washington. Alcantara gets tripped up, but Zamora is there again. Our new team captain this season gets dispossessed, but Alcantara to Washington, and he just does what he does these days. Stands there in the box or near the box and just fires the ball in. So he's had an excellent season this year, and that puts us up 3-1. So the rest of these highlights are kind of just for flavor text, I guess. Here's Houston trying to get the ball to Bae Jong-hyun again. Their number one, he's really their top offensive threat. You know, whether he's a striker or a wing player, we saw him score the goal. He's the guy we really need to mark. There's Zamora again playing well, a little bit defensively. Alcantara on the counterattack here. Zamora to Washington. Washington gets it forward to Ulloa, who's in the match, and he almost scores. I mean, that was a very, very difficult save for the goalkeeper to make. He had to sort of reach behind him. And, of course, with Ulloa in the game, he immediately takes over all the special teams duties. There he is on the corner, to no avail here. Houston tries to make a game of it. They try to, get some chances, but at this point our defense is just too sturdy. There's Sanchez making a bit of a dramatic save when maybe he didn't need to, but hey, he's looking for some fun here. And we just sort of tone it down on the counterattack. There's Cole in now at fullback. Cole has been relegated to a reserve role as well because Alcantara's, who am I thinking here? I got too many names that start with A or E. Acosta, because Acosta has been playing so well at that fullback position. There's Washington, his last run of the game. Misses the shot, but that was a good opportunity. Johnson cleans up the defense. Our defense is so solid right now. It seems like no matter who we put back there, everybody knows their role, everybody's playing well, and there's the final whistle. So that's where it stands going into the second leg. We got 3 away goals, which is pretty darn outstanding. So really all we have to do is keep Houston from scoring 3 goals this game, and we're going to win. So it's not quite a certainty, but we're gonna treat it a little bit like a certainty, or at least we've got major advantage. We're being at home, 2-goal lead. Things are looking good. Let's go to our team selection. Of course, Sanchez has recovered from that minor wrist injury. No problems there. He had a whole week to get better, and he's fine. We're going to bring Cole in at fullback, at the right back. Going to bring Valenzuela in at the right central defender. Keep Zimmerman in. Escobedo's back from suspension, so we'll let him play. Going to bring Ulloa in from the start of the match and let him play defensive midfielder this game. Also, we're going to bring in Guevara and have him play the ball-winning midfielder. So we got kind of, a lot of our substitutes in there, but we've got very good substitutes, so it's not really that much of a drop-off. Thompson is going to remain our deep-lying playmaker. Ross Gonzalez is going to come in at advanced playmaker. Alcantara, and then Ben Manning, we're going to bring him in for Washington. So these guys we're bringing off the bench. They've all played a ton of soccer for us. They've all got very good abilities. Valenzuela is up for the Rookie of the Year, as is our other rookie, McCrecky. They're both up for the Rookie of the Year. Everybody else has been starters. Cole is a 3.5-star player. He's actually technically better than Acosta in terms of star ratings, but he just doesn't have that defensive prowess that Acosta has. But all of these guys are very good players, so they should be able to keep a 2-goal lead for us, regardless of whether they're substitutes or not. So that's the plan going in. Strategy-wise, we're at home. I think we should play it a little conservative. I think maybe we should start out as counterattack, but I'm not sure. All right, so they're going now with a more standard 4-4-2, trying to get a little bit more offensive firepower. There's Bae Jong-hyun up front. We got to keep an eye on that dude for show. Simeon is a pretty good player. Keep an eye on him, as is Andy Daly. Looks like they're sending their fullbacks forward as well, so this could cause us a little bit of trouble. Got to keep an eye on Shannon Williams here. He looks like he could be trouble. So that left side of our defense with Escobedo is going to be facing two wingers bombing down that sideline. You know, a winger and a fullback bombing down that sideline. So we got to keep an eye on that. Hopefully our defensive midfielder Ulloa can get over there and help out Escobedo while the other team's making runs. All right. So we're starting out in standard formation, just kind of get the feel of this, see how far they're going to attack. Well, they're going to attack. There's no doubt about that. So we'll give them a little bit of time, maybe 15 minutes in this first half. We'll see how things are going. If they're getting highlights and that kind of stuff, we'll switch to counterattack, catch them on the counterattack. Let's see. Our ratings are sort of average at the moment. We've struggled to control possession. I mean, maybe we should control possession. We haven't seen any highlights yet to be able to get a feel for this game, whether they're pressuring us or not. Here's Thompson making a run. Gets it up to Manning. Manning was in demand this season. You know, he made some serious progression. He's only 19 years old, 20 years old probably by now. But he made so much progression that he got a lot of bids. During the transfer window. But we staved them off. And he did complain. He wanted to leave, but he had a talk with our team captain and decided against it. So we'll see how many more years we can keep him. I don't know. There's Guevara into Manning, and there he is. This is why teams want him, man. He's a target man with flair. He can score. He can get on the end of those crosses. You know, he's not the biggest dude in the world, but he's big enough. And he's just shown a lot of knack. Look at this. He even just outraces Alcantara to the ball. He's like, give me that dang old ball. And he scores the goal. He's got a lot of good work rate, too. I think that's what makes him, you know, as effective as he is. Here they... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Houston ties it up. There's Simeon. That was just sort of not great defense there on this throw-in. They got some good guys who can throw the ball, and there's one of our defenders missing a tackle, and our goalkeeper was just still way out of position. Got to work on that there, Mr. Sanchez. Mr. O. Sanchez. He's part Irish, O. Sanchez. But there we are, 22 minutes down. So the question is, do we go to control and just take control of the match? Or do we go counterattack and assume they're going to be coming forward? But they're not getting any highlights, so it's like there's not a real big reason at this point to change things up. It's still 4-2 on aggregate. Now, if they score the next goal, then things will tighten up a little bit. And we don't want that for sure. But still, they're going to need 3 goals because we've got 3 away goals. And, you know, if they get a second goal here, it's bad, but it's not that bad. So, let's see. I'm very happy with the way things are going. Keep it up or be a little more calm and reserved about it. We might have the lead, but that could change, so keep your performance levels up. That seems like a better thing to do. So, you know what? I'm going to go control. I'm going to see what happens. Retain possession. Work the ball in the box. Yeah. I'm going to see how that goes. Because if we can just snatch control of this game, I'm all for that. You know, don't give them the opportunities to constantly probe our defense. You know, when we're on counterattack, that's what happens is we invite their attack. And that might give them some opportunities to score goals. But if we're just controlling the ball and controlling the match, we'll just let that clock be our ally. Hopefully that's what we can do. So here we are. We got 2 yellow cards. Not surprisingly, it's Escobedo with one of those cards. And then Zimmerman, who's currently our captain for this match. Cole was interesting. Cole has a long-term goal of being team captain. So we might have to keep an eye on him. He's got 13 leadership. That's pretty good. 17 teamwork. So he's up there in the conversation in terms of captains. But he keeps losing his job to Alcantara, or Acosta, I mean. Here's Gonzalez on the corner. Oh, Escobedo. Wow, that ball just sort of falls at his feet. Escobedo, only his second goal of the season for the fullback. I mean, he's so talented. I just wish he could control his anger, man. Get some anger management. Bad marking on that. The defense was just sort of lazy there. They didn't even try to intercept that ball. And it just fell straight to Escobedo's left foot, and he plants it in the goal. So there we go. We're up 5-2 on aggregate now, 72 minutes. Looks like taking control of this match was really the right thing to do. Pretty happy about that. Okay. Oh, God. Sorry about that. I almost coughed all over the microphone. I tried to hold it in, but it wouldn't be contained. So, I mean, as good as Escobedo has played, let's not tempt fate. So let's bring in Acosta there. Let's put him at defensive fullback. Let's put all of our fullbacks in defensive mode. There's no need really for us. No need for us to push forward. Oh, and then Cole. Cole just gets a yellow card. So let's make this substitution. Let's bring in Johnson for Cole. Johnson, he's shown a lot of versatility in the last couple of seasons where now he can play out there at defensive fullback, and he can play just fine at defensive fullback because you look, he's got decent pace, but he's got some abilities. He's got some skills out there. Tackling is very important for a fullback. So he can do it. He's got agility. He's good enough anyway. Good enough. He can play central defense. He can play defensive fullback. And we can get rid of another yellow card. That leaves Zimmerman in there with a yellow card, but he's veteran and experienced enough. He's got enough savvy to not get caught, I hope. 80 minutes down already. They got to score, 3 goals. I don't think that's going to happen. Here's a free kick on their part. Tomlin, Bae Jung-hyun tracks it down. Tomlin with the cross. Valenzuela tries to head it out of there, heads it out again. So there's our young rookie. Not a rookie anymore at this point. Played so many games, and we're in the playoffs now, so pretty much the start of his sophomore campaign, I guess. The second season. Manning tracks it down. Looks like here we are just controlling the ball, wasting time. 86 minutes down. This looks to be a pretty solid win. It's going to get us into the Western Conference Finals. Can we pull off the triple header? Here's Gonzalez making a run. Gonzalez trying to put icing on the cake. But there's DeB with the stop. Their goalkeeper. Interesting name, DeB. Gonzalez taking the corner kick. He's our specialty taker man these days. Ulloa, though, is in the match, so I don't know why he's taking the specialty plays. He must be a good corner man, I guess. Valenzuela knocks it down. So yeah, we won the U.S. Cup. We won the Supporter Shield. Now we're heading for the MLS Cup. If we can win the Triple Crown of American soccer, that would be a pretty big accomplishment. I'd be very, very happy with that, especially considering where this season started out. The first video of this MLS season. Ooh, Zimmerman doesn't get a card there. Lucky man. But it started out with us in, I believe, 9th place in the Western Conference, like 13th place in the Supporter Shield. That's where we started out the season. So to come this far and to win these many trophies has been quite an accomplishment for this team. It shows the mental fortitude that we've got. Here they are trying to score one last goal. 88 minutes down. No good. This is one heck of a highlight. I mean, this has got to be the longest highlight of the game. I'm going to go to counterattack here at the end, just because I don't like what's happening here. Here they are, Seferovic with the goal. Still up 5-3 on aggregate, 2-2 in this match. So I'd be very, we're going to win. I'm pretty confident in that. But I'd like to at least not lose this game. So if we could come out with the draw, that's fine. Just let's not concede any more goals. How about that? Can we agree on this? So here they are with a free kick. Joseph, what is happening? Don't like that. Oh, come on, boys. Let's not go crazy here. We're now only 1 goal up in aggregate. And they've got their 3rd away goal, so let's finish out this final minute here, boys. Final 30 seconds. Houston tried to make it interesting. You know, they are our hometown, or not hometown, they're our home state rival. So they're not intimidated by us. Manning is going to play it back. All right. 15 seconds left to go. Guevara to Gonzalez, who's a little tired. I probably should have taken him out, but I got a little cocky, I guess. Thompson plays it up to Manning. Can he play it forward to Gonzalez? No, not worried about that. So there it is. Full time at Toyota Stadium. We win on aggregate 5-4. We lose the game 3-2, which is a little disappointing. We almost choked it away at the end. I don't know. Don't let yourself get complacent. Most guys like that, other than Ben Manning. Of course, the youngster didn't like that. Youngsters only like enthusiasm, and who can blame them, really? There we are. Escobedo with a 7.7 rating and a goal. Surprise goal. Bae Jung-hyun only had an assist this game. He got the goal last game. Guevara gets the man of the match. How about that? 6 interceptions, 2 headers, 7.8 rating, and an assist. So good man there. Take a look at the stats here. Our goalkeeper had a pretty low rating. Alcantara had a pretty low rating, 6.6 for both of them. That's not good. Guevara and Gonzalez with the assists, and Manning and Escobedo with the goals. Let's check out the analysis. 19 interceptions from Valenzuela. Good game from him. 95 passes completed for Thompson. 80 for Gonzalez. 85% pass completion for Ulloa. That's pretty good for a defensive midfielder. You know, to play the ball out of the back end is very, very important for that position. They didn't have a very good game at all. Their pass completion ratio was horrendous. I mean, look at this. 0%, 0%. It's not good when you're... What is this guy? Is he a striker? Midfielder. It's really not good when your midfield has 0% pass completion. So yeah, we did dominate that game a little bit, but, you know, we ended up letting them back in it, and we lost the game. So I'm not happy about that. It'll give us something to work on. And the other thing, I don't know if you saw the quick flash there, is we have another set of international games coming up. 8 players on international duty. Let's see who we got. Who's the roll call? Escobedo, Washington, Alcantara, Thompson, Zamora, Manning, Valenzuela, and McCrecky, all called up to various U.S. international teams. I'm pretty sure, yeah, these are all U.S. teams. None of these guys are any other nationality. So, yeah, if... You know, that's basically the heart and soul of our team right there. I mean, that's everybody who's anybody, really. So if we lose some of these guys' fitness, or if we lose some of these guys on injury, it could really damage our playoff chances, and I don't really want that. But there's not much I can do about it at this point. So when they get back, they'll have 3 days rest, so hopefully that'll be enough. As we take on Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals. We'll play the first leg, and then we'll show you the highlights of that and play the second leg. So that's the strategy for what's up next. So until then, see you later. Bye.